Hi everyone, and welcome to English by Kylie. I know that phrasal verbs can be very complicated, but they can also be very important or necessary in daily conversation. Let's talk about a specific category of phrasal verbs, work-related phrasal verbs. Here are 8 phrasal verbs that you can use in work or professional situations, but remember that a lot of phrasal verbs can be used in different situations. But let's focus on work examples with these ones. Let's get started. The first one is to reach out. To reach out is to try to contact. We can use this in 2 different structures. The first one is reach out to, which means we reach out to someone. And reach out by is used with the way we try to contact. I reached out by email. So let's look at 2 examples. I reached out to her to get more information about the project. Or I reached out by email because she didn't answer her phone. Remember, with reach out to, it's to try to communicate, but sometimes we might not get a response and sometimes we might. Either way, we can use this verb. The second phrasal verb is to follow through. This means to start and finish something in a satisfactory way. We can use this in 2 common structures, follow through with or follow through on. For example, I always follow through with what I say, or I promise to follow through on these ideas. Our third phrasal verb today is to run into. This actually has 2 meanings, like many phrasal verbs do. The first meaning doesn't really relate so much to work, but it means to see someone unexpectedly somewhere. For example, I ran into an old friend at the supermarket. I saw her unexpectedly. But if we want to use this in a work situation, I can say, I encountered a problem. For example, we ran into some serious issues at the end of the project. Our fourth phrasal verb is to point out. This is to make someone aware of something. We can use this in 2 common structures, to point out to or to point out that. To point out to is with a person. For example, I want to point out to you that there is a mistake in this document. Or I want to point out that this is not the best idea. Number 5 is to take on. This means to agree to do something or to be responsible for something. For example, I'm ready to take on more responsibility in my role. Or I took on a new project and I'm a little overwhelmed at work. Our 6th phrasal verb is to go over. This is to review something or to check something carefully. Before we submit the final project, we should really go over it one more time, just to be sure. Number 7 is to read up on. This means to study something or learn more about something in particular. For example, I should really read up on the new regulations because I'm not very familiar with them. And our last phrasal verb is to burn out. We use this a lot as in, I am burnt out. This means that I'm extremely tired or I have too much happening and going on at one time. Maybe if we're working too much, we don't have time to focus on other aspects of our lives. For example, after working so much for 3 months without a vacation or a break, I feel extremely burnt out. I really just need a vacation. What are some other common phrasal verbs for work that you can think of? Let me know in the comments and feel free to ask any questions about these phrasal verbs and how to use them. And don't forget to subscribe and like to see more. Thanks. See you next time.